So I'm not really well. So let's just have, something very short. Investigation of feelings. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody smiles already. And we start with the investigation of painful feelings or unpleasant feelings. Easier. Medilata, go kap kuti koได้นะอย่ามีแต่ภาษาอังกฤษอยากฟังภาษาอังกฤษก็ฟังได้ Investigation of feelings, unpleasant feelings, because it's easier to stay with them. The first thing we have to do is we have to like them. We normally dislike unpleasant feelings, so we start investigation of painful feelings when we sit in meditation. We breathe it in, feel how it feels. We want to know how the feeling feels, so that for later on, then we can compare it with other feelings. And then we look where it's originating from. I mean, the painful feelings, when we sit in meditation for an hour or for 2 hours, painful feelings are coming. So we look where it is. Because we know when we get up, the painful feeling is gone. So that is not the solution. Also with painful feelings, we don't listen to anything that comes from the kilesa, who tells us we break our leg or we ruin our body or we do this or that, because that is not. And the most important thing for these unpleasant feelings is that we don't want them to go away. We want to know what they are. We want to understand, the true meaning of the feeling that we feel. And for that we have to stay with it, until we understand it. So, for painful feelings, when it comes, when we sit in meditation, then we look where it is originating from. We go to that place with our concentration, and then look. The first thing that we investigate is anicca, anatta, dukkha. Anicca, it's impermanent. Is it changing? We have to realize it is changing. It's not always constant. Nothing in this universe is constant. So we look, we look for a while, how the feeling changes from low to high or from high to low. And then we want to know where it is, where it is actually located. Is it in the skin? Is it in the bones? Is it in this, what do you call it? Is it in the muscles? Is it in the tendons? Where is it? I mean, we have tendons, we have muscles, we have flesh, we have skin since we are born, and we know when we get up, the pain is gone. So, where actually is it originating? And the closer we come, then it changes, then it will disappear on its own and arise someplace else. And then we do the same thing. We do the same thing at the other place. Before it was in the left knee, now it is in the right knee, and then it goes to the back, and then it goes to the neck, and wherever it goes, we follow it until it shows us where it's coming from. Because it's not within this body. It doesn't arise within this body. So if you can stay, if we don't wish, and the most important thing is, we don't wish it to go away. If the moment we have a thought, I don't want it, I don't like it, our investigation is over. We cannot really investigate. So, start to like it. There are people in this world who like pain. They are called masochists. So, There's nothing wrong with liking some pain. Yeah? Because if you dislike it, if you want for it to go away, then we cannot investigate it where it's actually originating. And the important thing of this kind of investigation of pain feeling is that later on, we can investigate all sorts of unpleasant feelings that arise. For instance, anger or greed. Yeah? we can feel it. Yeah? When we feel we are overcome by greed, let's see, how does it feel like? Yeah? How does the greed, is different, the feeling of greed is different from the feeling of pain. Yeah? How is the feeling of anger different from the feeling of greed? Yeah? How is it different? We want to compare. Yeah? But in order to be able to compare, we have to really, truly feel it, yeah? And know. Yeah? And then, for the other feelings, we can already start, we can already start with dukkha vedana, with the painful feeling when we sit in meditation. Then we can recollect what came before, yeah? What came before this painful feeling. What kind of thought, what kind of memory, what came before these thoughts or memory, what kind of thought, yeah? And the most important thing is we don't listen to any answers that come from the kilesa. Yeah? Oh, I'm sitting not correctly, I'm going to ruin my body, all these thoughts, we leave it until there's no more answer coming. Every answer that is coming, we contradict, we say, either we say not sure, or, that has been, that's not true, or, whatever you want, yeah, until there's no more answer coming, yeah, and then, yeah, most of the time we know. And that is also important for feeling, of greed, or anger that arises. What came before? Was it an image? Was it a memory? Or was it this? Or was it that? Because we want to understand, we really want to understand how this construct that we call ourselves is working. Yeah? How the computer, the computer is working. Yeah? Otherwise, we will never be able to understand what is going on. Yeah? And this is something, in meditation we want to understand. There's a feeling, there's a thought, the thought, attached to the thought is a feeling, it adds up to the feeling, and memory comes, with the memory comes also a feeling, it adds up, yeah. And, within the blink of an eye, there's a full emotion, yeah. We want to understand that, we want to see the avalanche, and go back to the stone that caused the avalanche. And if it can stop it, in whatever time, the sooner we can stop it, the better. And then we can see, well, what is the cause? Yeah? What is the cause for this avalanche to erupt? Yeah? Doubt, doubt can be, what is the feeling of doubt? What is the feeling of restlessness? Yeah? What is the feeling of fear? Yeah? Investigate it. Just don't put a label on it, and say, okay, now I have to do this or that, yeah, because that is our condition, yeah, that is our program, and we don't want to be conditioned, yeah. If you remember what the Lord Buddha called Nibbana, he called it the unconditioned. There are no conditions anymore. Yeah? There's just this pure being. Yeah? So we don't want to be conditioned, if fear arises, now what am I going to do? Or if pain arises, now I get up, or go to the doctor, go see a doctor, or take this medicine or take that medicine. No, we want to break this conditioning, and want to understand what really is going on, and how we can deal with it. We deal with it today in this way, and tomorrow when a similar feeling arises in a different way. That means we are unconditioned. We are free for whatever is happening, and if we have sati, we see the way out. Yeah? We see the proper reaction towards it, or the proper action, and this proper action or reaction can be a non-action. Yeah? So, you understand that? If you have questions, please go ahead and ask. Yeah. I really don't have, I really don't. Yeah.
How helpful is it to deliberately induce like feelings or emotions instead of just having them come naturally, just to be able to see like how it. For example, is it useful for me to like purposefully induce anger or hatred instead of just letting it come and then observe it?
Yes, you can do that. The best way, to induce anger is to open up your body and look at it. Yeah. That's how we learn how to deal. Investigation of the body or investigation of a super brings up anger, but not during the meditation, but after the meditation.
After, okay.
Yeah.
So this is the same when I would like to investigate, like, happiness?
No, don't go yet to.
Okay.
That is much more difficult. I mean, it's extremely difficult because instantly the mind goes off. Yeah. I mean, unpleasant feeling is something that we don't like, and they stay longer. Yeah. Pleasant feeling, boop, 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 and you don't even see, how fast the mind goes on, in memories and, and yeah. I mean, you see it with the food, yeah. If there's some nice food, boop, 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 the mind is gone.
Oh, okay. So.
If the food is not pleasant, the mind stays on, huh?
I'll see tomorrow.
Yeah. Yes, it is helpful, but yeah. And then also see, what brings up the anger. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, a memory of, sometimes, a year ago or 3 months ago, I mean, where you really got pissed at something,
Okay.
and then you can investigate what actually caused the anger. Yeah. You can bring up anger, you can feel it, and then, then throw back, what actually brought up this anger, yeah? And then you can correct that, yeah? Because most of the time it's just a view, or it's an opinion that we have that, yeah? This should be like this, that should be like that, this is what I think, I mean, this is what I think is right, and, other people think it's wrong. I mean, that is what brings up normally anger, or frustration, yeah?
Yeah, the reason I ask that is sometimes these things, there's so many aspects of them that I'd like to investigate, so why not bring them up deliberately?
Yeah, it's okay, but know what brings it up. Yeah, and then once you know it brings it up, then feel it, and then go back. What is actually the root cause of it? Yeah? Because once you have eliminated the root cause, the anger doesn't come up anymore.
Yeah, I won't try that.
Huh? Yeah, okay.
I'm kind of afraid though that I may be fooled into thinking that this is the same qualitative anger, but then it might be slightly different, like during a different time.
Yeah, I mean, don't do it for 12 hours, I mean, do it for half an hour or, once a day,
Oh, it makes it manageable then.
Yeah. You give it a time limit, otherwise you are really fooled. Then the kilesas think, I mean, you're progressing, but actually you're regressing.
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of.
So keep it on a time limit, yeah?
It requires a lot of honesty.
Huh?
It requires a lot of honesty, and sometimes I don't even know if I'm honest with myself. So.
No, I mean, the kilesas always try to fool us. We see, see something is working, and then, then suddenly it stopped working because the kilesas already understood, the principle, and then they use it, and tell you it's working, so but
like
it's not working against them. It's working for them. So don't do it, don't overdo it, set a time limit and that's it. Yeah. Okay, anybody else? Yeah?
Could you give an example of what you mean with destroying an unpleasant feeling with a pleasant one?
Yeah, that is the end of our super practice. Yeah, I mean, for instance, lust is coming up. Yeah, and lust is always bound to an object. So you turn this object into something that is, disgusting, and then then the opposite feeling is coming up. Anger is coming up. Yeah? And then you look at this disgusting object and turn it into a nice and pleasant object, yeah? And then lust is coming up, or greed is coming up, yeah? But that is for later on, yeah? First learn how to deal with these feelings, You want to understand feelings, yeah? And feeling of fear, feeling of doubt, feeling of restlessness. That is all the things, all the things that we constantly have actually, yeah? The restlessness, yeah? What is restlessness, yeah? The moment you concentrate on restlessness and want to investigate restlessness is gone. What is boredom? What is the feeling of boredom? There are so many things that we can investigate, before we can, change things into others. Yeah? That is more, with the practice for super, really, digging down into the loathsomeness of this body. Yeah? Okay, any more questions? Yeah?
About so just now say that you feel aversion to something and the anger comes up.
Yeah.
Now, say if you have aversion to something, but there's no anger come up, but you still like something happened and you just think, I don't like it, but I'm not angry, but I just don't like it.
Yes, but aversion is a form of anger.
But then I do
you can look at the aversion.
Still aversion.
Yeah, feel aversion. How does it feel like? Sometimes we can even ask ourselves.
I can't be bothered with this sort of thing.
What?
I just felt like I can't be bothered with this. Just let it go,
Yeah, but what do you let go?
Let go of.
You cannot let go of aversion, but you can let go of the reason, You can let go of the cause of aversion.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then aversion, of course, dies. Yeah.
So,
but then you investigate, because the next time the aversion still comes up, and then you ask, why am I bothered with it? Because I think this should be done in this way and that should be done in that way. So then you have to change this. Yeah. And then the aversion is not coming up. Yeah. Thailand is a very good place, for learning this, because everybody does things differently, and we can learn from it. Yeah. We have our ideas how things are done. Yeah. Especially, when you're German, you think that this must be this must be like this must be like that. You come to Thailand, everything is different. Yeah. You can learn a lot. In the beginning, of course, aversion comes up, this should be done like that. That is a form of aversion, yeah. Dislike is a form of anger, yeah. So, go to the root cause, the view that you have about how things should be done, yeah. That doesn't mean that if you see somebody does something wrong, that doesn't mean that that you cannot, that you cannot show, yeah, or kindly, tell him, maybe this is a better way. If he listens, fine. If he doesn't listen, it's also fine. Yeah, but we don't want, we don't want this aversion to come up, so we want to find the cause for this aversion, or for this specific aversion to come up. Yeah? And that's why we deal with our views and opinions that we have on this.
Actually, most of the time I know the cause. And it's through the view and the opinion that cut away.
Everybody of us has it, so, and it is very difficult. And the more, the deeper they are, the more difficult it is. I remember, I had to battle, one view or opinion I had, for months, that no, this is not true. Yes, it is true. No, it is not true. Yes, it is true. Yeah, until it really subsided, and then it was gone. Yeah, so it's not easy, and these are our intrinsic characteristics, that we build up, over lifetimes, and then they are more difficult to get at. Yeah, okay. So, anything else?
I have another question.
Breathe in, feel it, like it. Oh wow, now I have a really stable meditation object. Huh?
Yeah,
it won't go away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's much better than our breath, much better than our Buddha. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's like,
Sway.
What happens?
Yeah. But look, what also for that, before you become tired, investigate what
Sometimes
is
I'm not
tired.
even tired. It's just lazy.
Huh? Then investigate what the feeling of laziness. What is behind laziness? Actually, you're bored.
Yeah, that's not sure.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Look at it. Yeah. We are bored, we are bored with the Buddha, and we don't want to follow the Buddha anymore, and that is actually turns into laziness.
Yeah, I'll try to investigate.
Try to investigate it.
Because it might be that. It might be worse. I don't know. I have a question though. It kind of ties into boredom, I suppose. So during Asubha, sometimes what I do is I just take out the elements and then bring them back in. But then it becomes like enjoyable. I don't know if that's useful.
That's okay.
Okay.
But what element?
The fire element, the wind element.
No.
What happens
Deal with the real thing, cut off your hand, and then throw it out, and then take it back, yeah?
Most of the time, that's what I do. Sometimes I just, I don't know, want to try something else.
No, I mean, the elements you have to work differently.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the fire element, I mean, the temperature going out, I mean, you cannot feel
turning
it,
into sludge and something.
With the element, you have to, I mean, we normally, when we take an organ, I mean, we dissect it, see, I mean, just like a knife, I mean, you cut it, when you have a sharp knife, you cut a tomato and you see the structure of it. We want to see the structure, for instance, of the liver or of the kidney or of or whatever it is, or of the lungs, and then compare it, the structure of the lungs and the structure of the kidney, how different are they? When you do it with the elements, then you have, then you have to observe, and let it disperse in all four elements.
Yes.
Not only one element.
Oh, because sometimes I just want to see, let's take this out.
No, that's not, that is delusion.
Okay.
That's just playing around.
Yeah, it is.
That is playing around.
It's enjoyable.
Yeah? No. You have to concentrate on the object, be it liver or be it kidney, and then, I want to see, how much earth element, what is the percentage of earth element in? What is the percentage of air element? What is the percentage of the fire element? What is the percentage, of the water element?
It might be too difficult for me.
Yes. See, I mean, you want to see it, I mean, you think, I mean, for instance, people think that thoughts, they're also composed of these four elements. It's difficult to see. Everything in this universe is composed of these four elements. And in Nibbana there are no more thoughts. I mean, so.
So, what if I then?
Memories.
So, I guess it would also be like during Asubha, if some feeling comes up, I could investigate that.
No.
Or should I investigate?
Yeah.
Okay.
You just note the feeling, but you continue investigation. It's the same thing with samadhi practice. I mean, a feeling comes up, if you get calm, a feeling of calm comes up, but we don't stray away to the feeling of calm. We stay with the Buddha or we stay with the
We
breath.
don't investigate the calm.
No!
Oh, okay. I haven't done that yet.
No?
So, I won't.
And we don't investigate the pity or investigate happiness or joy, Because that's when our meditation stops.
Oh yeah, because it then changes the meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
When we do samatha, the only time we can investigate a feeling is the painful feeling. Yeah? Because it is more, yeah, it's more predominant than than our Buddha or the breath. Yeah? Okay. Okay, I think there was one question. If you don't have any more questions, Pradeep? No? Isn't he caught, Pradeep?
Oh,
Were you asleep?
no.
No.
I didn't know you were referring to me.
No, I mean, I was asking if you have some questions.
Oh, no, not right now.
Okay.
Does the sense of self constructed by thought, feeling and memory experience ever disappear, or does it just cease to be relevant or any more important or significant than anything else?
Yeah, both answers are correct. I mean, the higher you go up the ladder, the less, the less sense of self you have. And of course, in Nibbana, the sense of self completely disappears. But, in Paranibbana, it is mostly in Paranibbana, because even if you are an Arahant, you have to refer to yourself as something, So you still have the, I don't know what to call it. It's not the sense of self, like most people think about personality. It is, I mean, it's the things, it's your memories, it's your feelings, but, there are memories and there are feelings and there are experiences, that you had, you can refer to yourself. But the self that we normally talk about it, I mean, it was very, very easy to view, with Lumpa Mahabua, I mean, when you approached him, he wasn't there. There's no defense, there's no defense of self, You could approach him very closely, And the moment he was in action, the self was there. All his mental faculties, or memories, or things, or even feelings were there, And the moment you stopped to talk, he was gone. He was not there anymore. I mean, it's very difficult to explain it, but I think, I mean, both of them, you can say it's correct. But the best thing is just go to God. See for yourself. I mean, people in Arahant still has to refer to himself. So he said Lunka Mahabua, when he referred to him, or just Lunka, or whatever. Sometimes he called himself, the little boy Bua, when he wanted to make a joke, when he wanted to, because there's nothing, there's nothing there, The self, when we talk about the self, it's constantly changing, When we are babies, I mean, we have a sense, when we go to school, we have a different kind of sense of self. When we are adults, when we start working, we have a different kind of sense of self, When we are in a relationship, we have a different sense of self, and so on and so on. It's constantly changing. So there's nothing that is constant. Just like I said in the beginning, I mean, everything is changing. Feelings are changing, memories are changing, thoughts are changing. We don't have always the same thoughts. We don't always have the same memories. So these things are changing. So what would you call, because people in the West, call themselves self. This is my personality. But the personality has changed over the 20 years. So which personality is the true personality? And that's what people refer to as self. And this has never been true, And the longer you go along the path, the more you investigate, for instance, the body not being self, I mean, the less you refer to yourself as a fixed personality. But people in the world always, refer to themselves. I'm like this, I'm like that, yeah. And that's what brings them in a lot of problems, yeah. Some people like the way that I am, other people like not the way that I am, yeah. And you constantly have to defend a construct that is actually, it's just a delusion. Anyway, okay, so, yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't have a lot of strength today, so if there are any more pressing questions, then ask them, otherwise we go back to our Buddha introspection. Okay?